Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Open Diner. And tonight, I think we're live now. So tonight we'll be talking about the power of collective consciousness. And so we're live on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, start a watch party. If you can start a watch party, that'd be great. And so what we're going to talk about tonight, I already said there are a few of you weren't here. Hello, everybody. My mom's down there talking. So we're going to have a video of how to use your mute and unmute buttons. So go ahead if we can show that video, and then we're going to have a music video after that. Can we show the mute and unmute video? Can you all hear me? Okay. Okay, good. All right, here we go.
When you start Zoom, your microphone is muted by default. Before you can speak, you must unmute yourself. The mute/unmute button on a computer is at the lower left. On the iPad, it's the first item on top. Remember to mute yourself when you are done speaking. During the event, there might be a need to read from the chat. Roundtable questions will be displayed there. Sometimes answers from other participants are summarized for a later discussion. You can also use the chat to make comments, get technical advice, etc. The chat button on a computer is here in the middle. On the iPad, it is in the three-dot menu here.
Very good.
Okay,
now,
Rona, can you show this? I don't seem like it doesn't work for me.
Okay, we're gonna have another tech person show the video. Usually we have a live musician, but tonight we're gonna have a video, a live video.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Reva.
Hi, Reva.
What's your name?
My name is, well, look, we're not, all right, here we are. We'll get into names.
To start Zoom, your microphone is muted by default. Before you can speak, you must unmute yourself. The mute/unmute button on a computer is at the lower left. On the iPad, it's the first item on top. Remember to mute yourself when you are done speaking. During the event, there might be a need to read from the chat. Roundtable questions will be displayed there. Sometimes answers from other participants are summarized for a later discussion. You can also use the chat to make comments, get technical advice, etc. The chat button on a computer is here in the middle. On the iPad, it is in the three-dot menu here.
Hands upon our shoulders, hearts no longer colder. Yeah, we getting bolder out there in the press. Not for the beef, but for the truth nonetheless. We the best and invite all the rest to come join to the point of no no return, just the flip of a coin. I'm not talking heads or tails, son, it's deeper than that. We the light seekers, and it's deeper than rap. What?
We came here to be as one. We came here to be together. No matter where you're from, join hands and be together. We came to be as one. We came here to be together. No matter where you're from, join hands and be together. Be together.
Es tiempo de soltar tacha que lo siente y hora de unir tacha que reviente. Amor reclamado, amor por tu hermano. Yeah, solo amor.
Unity will save us, it was love that made us. We've been working for the ego, but it never paid us. We were once one, now we're reconnecting. Love your neighbor as yourself, now it's in the making.
We came here to be as one. We came here to be together. No matter where you're from, join hands and be together. We came to be as one. We came here to be together. No matter where you're from, join hands and be together. Oh, be together.
Смотрим друг на друга, указывая пальцем. Кто ты, кто я в этой жизни танца. улыбаемся, строим разные гримасы с надеждою однажды разглядеть прекрасное.
להיות אחד, להיות חופשי מעל מעבר לעצמי, ואין אתה ואין אני, הכל בינינו, זה רק מי שמחבר פה את הכל. הוא האחד, הוא העגול, והוא קורא לנו לגדול, נחזיק חזק ולא ניפול. נה 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 נה
All right. Wonderful song. Okay, now we'll have a chance to, check your mute button and unmute. We're going to all go around and just speak up. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from and how you heard about us. Okay, so just go right ahead. Open up. Oh, one thing I didn't mention was this is a camera on event. So we find that it helps us connect better if we see each other. So if you can turn your cameras on, please do. And then go ahead. My name is Carl. I'm from Florida. And I've been doing this since the beginning.
I'm Brandon. I'm from New York. And I've been here for a while now.
The name is Willis.
I'm Gary. I'm from LA, from the other side of the country, and I've been doing this for a while, and I heard about it through friends. Thank you.
I'm Nancy, and I'm from right here in the Big Apple, and I heard about you guys on Meetup, and I need you. That's it, folks.
I'm Willie Starks from St. Louis, Missouri. I've been here for a little while. I was invited here by my friend Gary.
I'm Nina. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I've been here since the beginning. Nice to be here again.
I'm Roberta from Long Island, New York, and I've been here from the beginning with everybody also. Nice to see everybody.
Mm. I'm Alisa from Brooklyn. It doesn't matter where you're from. That was we heard just, but I heard about you from friends and from Facebook.
I'm Paula. I'm in New York. I heard about it through a friend.
I'm Natalia. I'm from Chicago, and I've heard about this open diner from my friends.
My name is John from Charleston, South Carolina, and I heard about Open Diner through friends.
Hello. Hi, I'm Riva. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I heard about this from nextdoor.com.
Next door.
Welcome, Riva. My mom is actually here tonight for the first time. If you can check and see if your unmute is working, Mom.
Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. We can hear you now.
Okay.
Hi, Carl's mom.
Should I introduce myself?
Yeah, and where you're from and how you
Okay.
heard about it.
I heard about
How
it.
you
from
ended up
Carl.
with this guy.
Okay. Well, that was many years ago. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's see. So my name is Eliane, and I'm in Princeton, New Jersey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm curious to see what this is like.
You'll love it.
Okay. I think that was everybody, right? Did everybody introduce? Okay, so the topic tonight is the power of collective consciousness. What is collective consciousness? So it's the idea really that we're all connected, and this is like the one power that we have in the world to go by. And if we start using it correctly, like if we start getting together and talking about how we can come up with solutions together, it's amazing the power that we can have when we work together. So it's not like the mob consciousness where everybody's trying to step on each other and do better than the other person. No, this is where we come together as a team for one goal. Like we want to accomplish one goal together, and you see that like two heads are better than one. It's when we all listen to each other and we all put our 2 cents in there, we all put our opinions, we'll come up with a solution together. And it's not really just the solution that we're worried about, it's the idea that we're working together. That's the whole idea. When we work together, we can accomplish anything. It's like it will be, if we can do this, if we can, that's why we have these open diners, because you see when we do the workshops, we don't disagree with each other, or we don't, it's not the intelligent one that comes up with the answer. It's all of us together. We're talking together, we're listening to each other, and we come up with a solution together. And this is what we'd like to see the whole world, how we'd like to see the whole world acting. So and there's personal benefits also. You will be, when you see that you work with the collective and in collaboration with each other, you'll see that your life becomes easier. You see that you're able to think more clearly, and you're able to come up with the solutions, in the group, but you're able to do it more clearly. Your mind is more clear, and and you'll see that we'll need each other. We need each other to come up with everything in life. We need each other all the time. And this will create better relationships and more love around the world. So before we get going, we're going to have an icebreaker, and Roberta's going to. And one thing I want to say before we get going is we have a few people here tonight, so let's keep our answers brief and to the point. And if you have any questions, we'll take them at the end. And also, people on Facebook and YouTube, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat there and we'll try to read them. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Let's get started. Roberta?
Thanks, Cole. I'm just going to add something because people like to hear, what science has to say. So science has shown something called group intelligence or wisdom of the crowd, like Carl was saying. But they get a group of people together, and it doesn't matter how smart the members are or what they're doing. But if they have a focused goal together, and everybody is conscious of what they're doing, and they're good to one another, and they're all being considerate, and they're all surrounding that goal, they find out the outcome is tremendously different, and it becomes greater than if one person just did it themselves. And this is science saying it. It has nothing to do with the IQ of the person or who's in the group. You could be the smartest person and maybe not the smartest person, but when they all collectively come together on one topic, it comes out even greater than if one person did. I just to say quick, Sarah said an example today when we were prepping for this, and she said there was a scientist were looking for a ship for 100 years or so, and you had very smart people, all kind of technology to look for this ship. They couldn't find it. They brought in regular people into their group, their study group, just average people, and they ended up finding the ship. So it like balanced itself out with this, you could say, collective consciousness or this group intelligence. So when there's when all becomes one, it becomes to a greater end. So the icebreaker, I'm leading into this. We're going to do an icebreaker. So the icebreaker would be, this is the question, give an example when you worked in a group and achieved a greater result than you would have done it on if you would have done it on your own. Like I said about the ship. So if you think about it, anybody could go. We're going to do popcorn style. Popcorn style means just if you have something to share, say it briefly and explain where that collective consciousness actually came out to a greater good instead of if you did it just by yourself. I know it's a lot of information to take, but I'm sure we've all done something with other people and it came out like exponentially better. Would anybody like to start? No water. Just unmute yourself and you could share. I need to put
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, Nina put the question down in the chat, Brandon. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I used to do security and I used to work doing the patrol. And we used to have meetings to see how we would do it each and every day. We would do roving patrols and every day would be a different route. So we all had to discuss which route we were going to take and came out better that way.
I'm a musician and I've done studio work before. And I found that, I play the keyboards, and with a keyboard nowadays, you can mimic any instrument that you want. And I could sit down and put down a song with all of the instruments and everything, or write something or arrange something. But I found that when I'm working with a group of 3 or 4 or 5 musicians, it comes out much better because it's not so one-dimensional. I mean, they add dimensions to the sound and to the music that I wouldn't have thought of. And it's, that's the best example I've ever seen. And the results always came out way better than if I did it myself.
I have something. Am I muted?
No, we hear you.
Oh.
You're good.
Basically, when you have a medical team and you all work together, if I have a medical team and I have a this and a that, and they're all working together, I'm going to get better treatment. All of us will. We need teams that work together. and doctors that work together, and pharmacists. You need your whole team, because that's the way you get good treatment. If you're one by one, it doesn't work. You need a team. Not very exciting, but
but true, very true. That is true.
I also have the experience on the job because I'm retired now, but I was in information technology, and you'd be surprised of the problems that you would come up with working with computers and loading programs and running programs. And when you have a problem, you think you know the program, and you look at it and you just can't see it. And you get a bunch of us, and it's amazing how one person can spot one thing and another person can spot another, and
Yeah.
therefore we come up with a solution. So that's my example of collective consciousness.
Yeah, I can. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Reva.
Reva, go ahead, please.
Okay, hi. I'm thinking about the time I volunteered to be in an art therapy study, and it was a first time experience, and it was a group of us with art supplies, and we met every week for an hour, and I found that I was much more interested and looking forward to coming to the group. I felt more creative, just being around other artists and appreciating their work. And I was amazed about the artwork that I did, because I'm not an artist, but I found out that I have a love of making art.
Yeah, I wanted to share the working experience just to continue you all, and especially Willie. I used to work for a long time in a very unique architectural office with a lot of talented people, but none of them, of us, would be able to create anything close to what was as a result of everyone input and combined efforts and combined talents. The result was so much greater that anyone could have achieved if we were separated in different offices. That was absolutely amazing. Every time we all were amazed how it works. You know, it's just really incredible. And we can go on with examples, of course.
Well, we could go on with one more example. We have one more minute, maybe a little less. If somebody has a burning desire to share that collective consciousness, you have one more story, maybe?
we all need different perspectives. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Go
I was going to share another example from art. In college, I took a lot of art classes, and compared to like when you create art on your own, when you take an art class, usually you have a bunch of students, you know, kind of brainstorming ideas of how to improve the piece or an idea. And I found that when we work together in like such a brainstorming session, it opens up like such new possibilities that you couldn't possibly have thought of on your own, because you have all of these different perspectives and something is formed in the middle of all that, and it creates beautiful art. So it was kind of like creating an art piece together, even though there's only one person creating it, but everyone's ideas contribute to it.
Beautiful. Thanks for adding that, Nina. So now we're going to watch a video, and we're going to see how nature does this already naturally. So the great video, everybody enjoy. Let's watch the video together.
The video's the best.
Okay. It's coming. Give us 1 second. The internet doesn't have group intelligence, so bear with us. Here we go. Enjoy, friends.
What we see here is a starling murmuration. 100,000 individual birds flying together in unison. Look at the beauty, the wholeness, the harmony. Breathe it in. Sense the perfection of nature. Its balance, its infinite potential. When these starlings are together, they're strong, they're smart, they're beautiful. They can fight predators, they can find food, they protect each other. And the incredible thing here is that they're only following simple rules of proximity and speed. And when they do, every single one of them, something new emerges. A collective consciousness. What if we humans can act in that same state of harmony, the same state of connection? Could we also tap into that immense power and sensation that we feel from just looking at these birds on the screen? Could we experience this kind of connection in every aspect of our lives? Could we find a guiding light that will bind us to a force so strong, yet so far from where we are now? Yes, we can. We need to want this state for ourselves, for our families, for our loved ones, for our communities, for our countries, for the whole world. We can find this force in our connection, in a state of collective consciousness where we feel as one, where each individual maximizes their fullest potential together with the collective, bringing balance not just to themselves, but to all those around them, to all of humanity. But unlike the starlings, this does not come natural to us. We need to grow, we need to choose it, we need to want it, to need it. It's all up to us.
I would just feel like being silent a little bit after that. That video is just amazing. I mean, the video is amazing. But just, if you could just watch starlings like that, it's just amazing if anybody's ever seen it. So now we're at our main event. We're at the roundtable discussion, and I think we're going to start with, well, I'll introduce it before we kind of get too technical. So the roundtable discussion is our way of trying to find collective intelligence. So it's a method that's been used for thousands of years, and basically what it goes by is a set of rules that are found in nature that can help us, just like we see in the starlings, we see in other, fishes of school, we see schools of fish, we see it in different aspects of nature. We're also part of nature, so it works with us as well. We're speaking, that's how we communicate and work together. So the round table, these are the set of rules that help us to stay away from the little voice of the ego that wants to separate us from this collective. And it helps us to kind of get in line. So we're going to go through just four of the etiquette rules we're going to go through today. So first of all, we're here to build a space of support, love, care, and warmth, right? So when we create this space, we all feel that we're a part of it. We all want to invest in it. And then this space becomes a collective of all of us. So that's what we're looking to do. So the first rule is everyone is equal and very important. It doesn't mean that we're all the same. It means that each of our efforts are equal in trying to be a part of this whole. Number two is we go around the table and we speak briefly and on topic. This is very important because there's all different types of personalities. We have people that are a little more introverted, extroverted, people that like to command a little bit more attention, people that like to cower in the corner. It's very important that all of us check ourselves, and we want to keep to speaking between 30 seconds to a minute at the very most. And we want to stay on topic because the way that we speak affects the people that speak after us. Number three, listen attentively. So if you're not speaking, you're listening as though you're the one speaking. So in collective intelligence or consciousness, we're all, the answer is coming. Each of us is bringing a part of the answer, which means that everybody else is a part of me. So I want to feel that as other people are speaking. Number four, there are no right or wrong answers. The truth is in the center of our connection. So instead of thinking about saying something smart or saying something correct or saying something that hasn't been said, only put your attention into the connection between all of us, and that's where the great answers are going to come from. Okay, so we have two questions today. First question is, how can we achieve our full potential by cooperating and being attuned to each other? So how can we achieve our full potential by cooperating and being attuned to one another? And we're going to have that question in the chat if anybody forgets along the way. And I just want to keep the ball rolling, so I'm going to call on people. Let's start by hearing from John, please.
I think a big part of that is realizing that I don't have all the answers, and there are people that know things that I don't know. So if we are of that place where we can kind of integrate and know that we can learn from one another, whatever it is, then society as a whole has an opportunity to benefit from that.
Thank you, John. How about Paula?
I think like what John said, it's important to remember that our differences can be our strengths, and just focus on that.
Great. Barbara? Barbara here? No. She just disappeared. Brandon?
Basically, like everybody's saying, we all have differences, but we can work through them. if we get together and we discuss everything. And how do we achieve our potential? By listening to others and getting more ideas from other people and listening attentively.
Thank you, Brendan. There is a woman here that doesn't have a name, wearing glasses, got her hand like this. Can you unmute yourself? Unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Hi, it says Jewel
Jewel,
on
now
my
I see.
box.
Now I see.
Yeah, okay. So the question is, how can we, one second, my first time doing this.
Okay, how can we achieve our full potential by cooperating and being attuned to one another?
When you're cooperating, right, your cooperation is bringing more positive energy into your life. When you're not cooperating, you're bringing negative energy. So it's so if you understand that cooperating is allowing you to vibrate on a higher level and bring positive energy into your life, then you would listen to that on your inside and just cooperate so you can attract that. And the second part, sorry, what was the second part?
That was pretty good. I have to say, I think that answered the whole question. There will be a second part, so you will get a chance.
Okay, okay.
Eliane. You need to unmute yourself.
Okay. Let's see. Achieve our full potential. By cooperating. Well, by cooperating with each other, we are trusting that, what is in each of us comes together and becomes more than just that. There's something else that comes out of it. So it's more powerful. And I think we have more potential, all of us, in that way.
Beautiful. Nancy. You have to unmute yourself, Nancy.
Okay. Basically, the question is, how can we achieve our full potential? And the answer is by cooperating and being attuned to each other. It's as simple as that. It really is.
Yeah.
We've got to be attuned to one another. And that's what this country needs. If division is destruction, you need to be, never mind, we all know what I'm talking about. So I think I'll just keep my mouth shut and keep my first answer, my deal.
Willie.
To add to what's being said, first you got to realize that you do count as an individual. Without your ideals, there may be answers that the world would not even have without the ideals that you could provide. So we need to find groups of people that we can join ourselves with to share those ideas with. Thank you.
Thank you, Willie. I think we have time for a couple more. Gary.
I wanted to just play off of what Jewel was saying. Jewel had a great answer about how cooperation is actually a positive energy. Lack of cooperation is a negative energy. And you put those positive energies together, and they really create something. And it's also a matter, when you cooperate, you're acknowledging that you need the other person. You need their piece of the answer, you know. You're acknowledging that together you're going to form the answer. So I really like that. That was a great point to be made.
Yeah. And Riva.
Okay. I think when we cooperate, as I'm cooperating, I care about what other people, that other people are there. And I think there's maybe a fear in each of us that we won't be accepted unless we join a certain group or identify or label ourselves. But I think, okay, I'm kind of like lost now. It's, you know, I think it's important when I see another person's face, I know that, you know, there's a basic humanity that I think is silent within us. And we're looking for that silent connection that needs no words. You know.
Thank you, Riva. I'm glad that you stuck with it, because I was kind of hoping somebody was going to say that. So we're about to move on to the next question. I guess I'll just give my quick answer. To continue Riva and everybody else, you know, I think we're still in this era where we think that we still really believe that we're all separate and that I'm, you know, independent, and we kind of know that interdependence is the higher level, but we don't actually recognize that we are already interconnected, and that if we're not operating according to the laws of interconnectedness, then I'm damaging not only myself, but everybody else. So you can't actually fulfill your potential unless you are paying attention to everybody, recognizing that you're like, whatever you do, it doesn't matter what you like, your bit in a family or what you do professionally, it all relies on somebody else. Like but we still think that somehow we're independent, and it's a fallacy, and we're seeing it more and more. Okay, so second question is, imagine that you are a puzzle piece. And together the puzzle pieces make a beautiful picture of the world. What can I do to make my piece complete the puzzle? Okay, so imagine that there's this big puzzle. Everybody is a piece of it. When we bring the pieces together, it creates this beautiful picture of the entire world. And there's just one piece that's missing. I am that piece. How do I fit myself in so that I can complete this beautiful picture? Okay, we have a couple of people that just joined us that I'd love to hear from.
Say something?
Who is that?
Jerome.
Jerome, is it to answer the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic, because I was just about to call on you. I really was. I really was.
Basically, what it is you have total empathy of yourself. Is you know exactly what your wants and needs are completely, and then you can love or deal with other people because they can't feel any negativity in your body or around your personality, and they want to get close to you like a Buddha. They want to rub your head like 3 times, you know. You're like gold. And you got to be like a rock. So when you're dealing with other people, you got to first deal with yourself. That's total empathy, and there's nowhere in this world has anybody ever approached it that way. And I think it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jerome. Great way to start it out. Let's hear. There's Karina, who I guess maybe you can't put your camera on, but can you speak?
Yeah, and hi. Hi, everyone. So, yeah, I think embracing one's own uniqueness as a puzzle piece and being willing to explore that, as well as getting to know the other puzzle pieces, and seeing one's value reflected in them. And I think also just being willing to invest in something, being a part of something larger, because I think, yeah, that's it.
All I can say is wow, because I believe that both of the people that just spoke, this is the first time that they've ever spoken here, and it feels to me like you guys just picked up where we were. Amazing testament. Rono.
I think you do your best to think about the global picture, the whole picture, not just about the piece that you are. You know, when you give a lot of importance to your environment, it becomes more valuable.
Great. Carl.
Thank you, Sarah. You know, it's like I've got to be willing to go into this experiment, right? And you were talking about the ego, how we want our ego to, you know, not do it. I've got to be willing to like let go of that in a way. And it's funny because, you know, Karina said want to be part of the others or listen to the others, or and that's what it takes. It takes this willingness to like just fall into the puzzle, you know, and that everything's going to be all right if I fall into that puzzle.
Beautiful. Brandon.
All the good answers have been taken already. But try to make myself fit in as a puzzle piece. Just see what fits, compare different outcomes, try myself in different areas of the puzzle, and see where I fit in the right place.
It's great. Jewel.
I'm having like a couple of different thoughts here. I want to feel like, you know, you have to go into it knowing that you already fit the puzzle. The puzzle is already complete because we're all connected. And once you realize that, you'll fall into it. You know, Karina was saying, she also was talking about like your uniqueness. You have to understand that you are unique. You have to have value for yourself, and having value for yourself is loving yourself, right? And if we're spreading love, if we're loving ourselves and loving one another, that connection, that realization that we're all connected will just go automatically. It's a lot of different things going through my mind.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
I think we just have time for one more. Is that right, Nina? Yeah, it's sad because we would love to. I'd love to keep going. How about you, Riva?
Well, I believe our essence really doesn't take up any space. You know, it's not a flat cardboard, you know, jigsaw puzzle. I think as it has to do with our desire, what we're looking for, And you know, it's not a matter of fitting in, it's a matter of joining in, you know.
I couldn't think of a better way to close up the round circle. That was Nina just wrote it in the chat, but I have to say I feel like I'm like tingling from all of you. That was just amazing, and to see like brand new people. I mean, we have a bunch of new people here today, and that was. I'm gonna listen to this again afterwards. Okay, is it time? It is. It's time. Okay. Woo! Okay, so we definitely deserve it today. So we're moving on to everybody knows this is my favorite part. So we're gonna have a dance party together. So this is how it goes, guys. Okay, listen carefully. Okay, so does everybody know what spotlighting is? I don't think we've done it yet. So spotlighting is what happens. Don't get scared, Eliane. Don't worry. I'm gonna explain it all. Okay, so. Our amazing tech team behind the scenes, you have to do this one by one, just so everybody knows. There's no button that you press that has Zoom spotlight you. We have somebody that's doing it individually. If they really like your dance move, they might stay on you a little bit longer. So, okay, so what happens is that when you get spotlighted, he's going to choose you, or she's going to choose you, our tech person, and you're going to show up on the screen. We're all only going to see you, but what you're going to see is a little text box, a blue box in the center of the screen that has a whole bunch of writing on it. It's basically just telling you that you're the spotlight. Totally disregard it. Don't read it, okay? It's a trick. Everybody falls for it. Don't read it. Just dance, okay? Do a dance move. Everybody's going to copy you. And then once everybody's copying you and we're in the groove, we're going to move on to the next person. That same thing is the next person's going to want to try to read that blue box. Don't read it. Do your dance move. Okay. And we're just going to do exactly what we just did, what we talked about, collective consciousness. We're just going to create a beautiful choreographed dance by just picking up on one another and doing the next dance. Just get into the groove. Okay. I'm really excited. Let's do it.
Learning to unite. Learning to unite. Let your heart speak. Let your heart listen. Shoulder to shoulder, you won't be alone.
Love is around the deepest ocean. Together we're drawn in. I won't let go. It feels so good to be a part of you.
This is what their life should be. Learning to unite, living in the light. We'll win this fight, and everything's gonna be alright. Learning to unite. Learning to unite, living in the light. We'll win this fight, and everything's gonna be alright. Learning to unite. Dearest friends, Only this moment when we are together, together as one.
Now I know where Carl got his dance moves from.
I knew somebody was going to say that. Somebody was going to notice that.
Wow.
All right. So now's the time for impressions. If we have any impressions about tonight, especially, well, everybody loved the dance moves. We know that. That's Sarah's favorite one. So, but if anybody has any impressions about what we went through tonight, how we can improve, topics we can talk about for next events, please, now's the time. Give us your impressions.
Well, I enjoyed being on the call, and I'm happy it's 1 hour because I've been on a 2-hour Zoom call today, and so this is just the right amount of time. And I enjoyed the questions, and we'll think of some other things, but I can't right now. Or I'm not right now.
Thanks, Mom. It was so nice having you.
Nice to be here.
Anyone else?
I wanted to say it was really nice to meet Carl's mom. You have a really great son.
I think so.
Everyone else who joined us tonight, I cannot believe the answers in the round discussion, and everything was just so harmonious and so beautiful. And this video that we saw was so peaceful. So just a really beautiful event. I hope you guys come back.
It was really cool at the end. We got to do our own mermation together. All the people here were really into it, and it really the dance really is almost a reflection of our internality, like how we felt about the connection together. So hopefully we keep that feeling with us.
We have time for one more.
Hi. I had a lot of fun. In fact, I was wondering, what, it's over? Like, what's the next part, you know?
I wanted to say something too, and I wasn't able to when you're done. What I wanted to say was, because I didn't answer any of the questions on the thing, you know what? I am so sensitive to what's going on right now in this country that seeing those birds, knowing how animals are, knowing their synchronicity, it just made me want to cry for what this country's going through right now, because we need collective, we need to be all in the same direction. And this makes me cry. And that's the upbeat message I wanted to leave to everybody, just spreading goodwill.
Nancy, that's sweet. Thank you so much. It's so true. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Hi.
That's what this show is all about. So what we're going to do now is watch another video, a beautiful song.
Did we have time for Jewel? Do we have
What's
time
that?
to hear Jewel? Jewel had something to say. Do we have time?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, I just wanted to say two things. One, to Nancy. I understand that the country is in a bad place, but what we have to do is continuously stay on a positive vibrational energy, and just pray that things will change, right? We don't want what's going on in the country to bring our vibration down, so we all have to kind of start operating on a higher vibrational level by staying positive.
You're exactly right, Jewel. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we could hear you.
You're so right on, Jewel. The more I say this, the more I convince myself. So you know what? That's right. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Thank you, everybody. All right, let's hear a song.
I can't see the video.
Face after face, race after race, from one cage to another. Mask after mask, task after face after face, race after race, from one cage to another. Mask after mask, task after task, lost in the sand.
You there's a cry, you there's a light, place to be discovered. For you there's a way, together we pray to rise. To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, now we rise. And every word an echo from the skies, breaking the walls and hearts unite. In you I see a picture of me, through you I find my flaws. Through you there's a key, a place where we can open doors. Together we yearn, the fire burns, a chance to feel alive. A song from the heart, singing that love will cover our crimes. To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, now we rise. And every word an echo from the skies, breaking the walls, hearts unite. Na 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 to see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, now we rise. And every word an echo from the skies, breaking the walls, hearts unite. To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, now we rise. And every word an echo from the skies, breaking the walls. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Yeah, really. Beautiful musicians, beautiful song. Talk about cooperation. The guy on the keyboards, he does music for so many people. He corroborates songs for so many people. It's amazing. That song, see the love of a face through your eyes. Oh,
And that was from
okay.
2 different countries they put that together.
Yeah.
One guy was in Israel and the other fellow, I don't know where he's from, but I know it was 2 different countries they made that video.
Yeah, Tasha's from Turkey, and he lives in England. And yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wow. I love that song. Okay, so now we're going to show you the list of places where you can like us, where you can see, so go to these places and you can like us there. You can see previous videos of the open diner. You can put comments in. You can love us there. Everything there. I don't think I missed anything, what I need to say, but Eastern time, next Thursday, every Thursday, this is where we'll be to change the world, to make the world a better place. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
That was
See you
great.
next week.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Next week. Good week, everybody.
Thanks, Mom.
See you next week.
Bye.